a person in the room asked Nisargadatta Maharaj a question.
Many times the question has been raised, is the universe subject to the law of causality? Does it exist and function within or outside of this law? You seem to hold the opinion that the universe is without cause, that nothing, no matter how small, has a specific cause, and that everything arises and disappears without reason.
Nisargadatta Maharaj. Causality means the succession of events in time and space, whether that space is physical or mental. Time, space, and causality are mental categories. They arise and dissolve with the mind.
So, as long as the mind functions, will causality remain a valid law?
Like everything mental, the so-called law of causality contradicts itself. Nothing that exists has a singular specific cause. The entire universe contributes to the existence of even the smallest thing. Nothing could be what it is unless the entire universe were exactly as it is. If the source and foundation of everything is the sole cause of all, then speaking of causality as a universal law is a mistake. The universe is not limited by its content, for its potentialities are infinite. Moreover, it is the manifestation or expression of a fundamental and entirely free principle.
Yes, it can be seen that, ultimately, speaking of one thing as the sole cause of another is entirely misleading. However, in real life, we invariably initiate actions to achieve certain results.
Yes, much of this kind of activity happens due to ignorance. If people understood that nothing can happen unless the entire universe makes it happen, they would accomplish far more with much less energy.
If everything is an expression of the totality of causes, how can we talk about deliberate action aimed at achieving something?
The very desire to achieve something is also an expression of the total universe. It simply shows that the potential energy has surfaced at a specific point. It is the illusion of time that leads to talk of causality. When past and future are seen in the timeless now, as parts of a single pattern, the idea of cause and effect loses its validity, and creative freedom takes its place.
Even so, I still cannot see how something can come into existence without a cause.
When I say that something has no cause, I mean it may not have a specific cause. For example, your mother was not essential for you to come into the world. You could have been born of another woman, but you could not have been born without the sun or the earth. Yet, neither the sun nor the earth could have caused your birth without the most important factor, your own desire to be born. It is desire that creates birth, that gives name and form. The desirable is imagined, desired, and manifests as something tangible or conceivable. In this way, the world we live in, our personal world, is created. The real world, however, is beyond the mind's comprehension. We see it through the web of our desires, divided into pleasure and pain, right and wrong, internal and external. To see the universe as it truly is, you must go beyond this web.
What do you mean by holes in the web? How can they be found?
Look at the web in its many contradictions. At every step, you create and undo. You want peace, love, and happiness, yet you do everything possible to create pain, hatred, and conflict. You want longevity, yet you overindulge. You want friendship, yet you exploit. See your web as made of these contradictions and remove them. The simple act of seeing them will cause them to dissolve.
If simply seeing the contradictions makes them dissolve, wouldn't there be a causal link between my seeing and their dissolution?
Causality, even as a concept, does not apply to chaos.
To what extent is desire a causal factor?
It is one among many. For everything, there are countless causal factors, but the source of all this is infinite possibility, the supreme reality, which is within you. This source pours its power, its light, and its love into every experience. But this source is not a cause, and no cause is a source. That is why I say nothing has a cause. You may try to understand how something happens, but you cannot discover why something is as it is. A thing is as it is because the universe is as it is.
Is the witnessing consciousness permanent?
It is not permanent. The knower is born and dies with the known. That in which both the knower and the known arise and dissolve is beyond time. The words permanent or eternal do not apply.
In sleep, there is neither the known nor the knower. What keeps the body sensitive and receptive?
You cannot say the knower is absent. Only the experience of things and thoughts is absent, that's all. But the absence of experience is also an experience. It's like entering a dark room and saying, I see nothing. A man born blind does not know what darkness means. Similarly, only the knower knows that he does not know. Sleep is merely a lapse in memory. Life continues.
And what is death?
It is a change in the vital process of a specific body. Integration ends and disintegration begins.
But what about the knower? When the body disappears, does the knower disappear?
Just as the knower of the body appears at birth, it disappears at death.
And nothing remains?
Life remains. Consciousness needs a vehicle and an instrument for its manifestation. When life produces another body, another knower comes into existence.
Is there any causal link between successive knowers or body minds?
Yes, there is what could be called a body of memory, or a causal body, a record of everything thought, desired, and done. It's like a cloud, a cluster of images.
What is the sense of separate existence?
It is a reflection of the one reality in a separate body. In this reflection, the limitless and the limited are confused and seen as one. Undoing this confusion is the goal of yoga.
Doesn't death undo this confusion?
In death, only the body dies. Life does not die. Consciousness does not die. Reality does not die. Life is never more alive than after death.
But is there reincarnation?
What is born must die. Only the unborn does not die. Find that which never sleeps and never wakes, whose pale reflection is our sense of I.
And how do I find it?
How do you find anything? By focusing your mind and heart on it. There must be interest, and there must also be a firm remembrance. Remembering what must be remembered is the secret of success. You get there through dedication.
Are you saying that simply wanting to find it is enough? Surely qualifications and opportunities are also required.
They will come with dedication. What is supremely important is to be free from contradictions. Your goal and your path must not be on different levels. Your life must not conflict with your inner light. Your behavior must not betray your beliefs. This can be called integrity, wholeness. You must never retreat, undo, uproot, or abandon the ground you've gained. Steadfastness of purpose and sincerity in your search will lead you to your goal.
Steadfastness and honesty are gifts, no doubt. I don't possess even a trace of them.
All will come as you continue walking the path. Take the first step. All blessings come from within. Turn inward. You are already aware of the I am. Stay with it as much as possible until it begins to arise spontaneously. There is no simpler or easier way.
All masters advise meditation. What is the purpose of meditation?
We know the external world of sensations and actions, but we know very little of our inner world of our thoughts and feelings. The primary purpose of meditation is to make us aware of and familiar with our inner life. The ultimate purpose is to reach the source of life and consciousness. Incidentally, the practice of meditation deeply affects our character. We are slaves to what we do not know and masters of what we understand. If we discover and understand the causes and workings of a vice or a weakness, whatever it may be, that knowledge is enough to overcome it. The unconscious dissolves when brought to consciousness. The dissolution of the unconscious releases energy. The mind feels competent and becomes quiet.
What is the use of a quiet mind?
When the mind is quiet, we come to know ourselves as the pure witness. We step back from experience in the experiencer and stand in pure awareness, which is between and beyond both. The personality based on self-identification, imagining itself to be this or that, I am this, I am that, continues, but only as part of the objective world. Its identification with the witness is broken.
As I see it, I live on many levels, and life at each level demands energy. The self, by its very nature, delights in everything, and its energies flow outward. Isn't the purpose of meditation to channel these energies to higher levels or to force them upward so that the higher levels may also prosper?
It is not so much a matter of levels as of gunas, of qualities. Meditation is a sattvic activity and aims at the complete elimination of tamas, inertia, and rajas, agitation. Pure sattva, or harmony, is to be perfectly free of indolence and restlessness.
How can I strengthen and purify sattva?
Sattva is always pure and strong. It is like the sun, which may seem obscured by clouds or dust, but only from the point of view of the observer. Remove the causes of obscuration, not the sun.
What is the purpose of sattva?
What is the purpose of truth, goodness, harmony, and beauty? They are their own purpose. They manifest spontaneously and effortlessly when things are left to themselves, when we do not interfere with them, reject them, or try to manipulate them. Instead, we simply experience them in full awareness. That awareness itself is sattva. It does not use things or people, it fills them.
Since I cannot perfect sattva, should I only concern myself with the tamas and rajas? How do I deal with them?
Observe their influence within and upon you. Be aware of tamas and rajas at work. See how they manifest in your thoughts, words, and actions. Gradually, their grip on you will loosen, and the clear light of sattva will emerge. This process is neither difficult nor long. Seriousness is the only condition for success. The matrix is complex, but each of us holds a part of the solution. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and together we'll see beyond appearances.